Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. Nighttime devotion from the devotional Lift Him Up. The title is Every Church a Training School. The scripture reading comes from Luke 4 verse 18. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. In giving light to his people anciently, God did not work exclusively through any one class. Daniel was a prince of Judah. Isaiah also was of the royal line. David was a shepherd boy. Amos, a herdsman. Zechariah, a captive from Babylon. Elisha, a tiller of the soil. The Lord raised up as his representatives prophets and princes, the noble and the lowly, and taught them the truths to be given to the world. Every church should be a training school for Christian workers. Its members should be taught how to give Bible readings, how to conduct and teach Sabbath school classes, how best to help the poor and to care for the sick, how to work for the unconverted. There should be schools of health, cooking schools, and classes in various lines of Christian help work. There should not only be teaching, but actual work under experienced instructors. Let the teachers lead the way in working among the people, and others, uniting with them, will learn from their example. One example is worth more than many precepts. If those to whom God has entrusted great talents of intellect put these gifts to a selfish use, they will be left, after a period of trial, to follow their own way. God will take men who do not appear to be so richly endowed, who have not large self-confidence, and he will make the weak strong, because they trust in him to do for them that which they cannot do for themselves. God will accept the wholehearted service and will himself make up the deficiencies. As his blessing came to the captives in the courts of Babylon, so does he give wisdom and knowledge to his workers today. Men deficient in school education, lowly in social position, have, through the grace of Christ, sometimes been wonderfully successful in winning souls for him. The secret of their success was their confidence in God. They learned daily of him, who is wonderful in counsel and mighty in power. Such workers are to be encouraged. The Lord brings them into connection with those of more marked ability, to fill up the gaps that others leave. Their quickness to see what is to be done, their readiness to help those in need, their kind words and deeds open doors of usefulness that otherwise would remain closed. They come close to those in trouble, and the persuasive influence of their words has power to draw many trembling souls to God. Their work shows what thousands of others might do. And I want to just draw back to God will take men who do not appear to be so richly endowed, who have not large self-confidence, and he will make the weak strong because they trust in him to do for them which they cannot do for themselves. God will accept a wholehearted service and will himself make up the deficiencies. He will find the weak low in confidence, and so long as they trust in him, he will make them strong to do his will. God raised those that he knew their heart would be true to him. He didn't go just because they were educated, because they had money, because they'd been taught everything the world needs to know, all the knowledge. Think about the disciples Jesus chose. Simon, Peter and Andrew, fishermen. James and John. They were just fishermen, a lot of them. You had Matthew, the tax collector. I mean, a lot of them were uneducated. A lot of them were low in society. I think Matthew was a tax collector, wasn't he? Anyway. If he can work with them, I know he can work with me and you. But I and you, me especially, we have to die to self. Not I, but Christ.